I hope you guys are doing well and are having the most incredible day. As always, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. In today's video, we are diving in with another episode of finishing every single series I am in the middle of. Today's video is episode 5, which I honestly can't quite believe we've already done 4 of these and this is the 5th one, but I am so excited. I have been really knuckling down on finishing a lot of books that I am in the middle of series wise, and I feel like we are cutting it back, we are getting through them. And then I realised, Melody Hun, why are you not filming this for YouTube? So I have picked the next book that I want to read to kind of get through a whole nother series. This will tick this one off the list, which I am so excited about, and I cannot wait to read this one. I have been putting it off for a while because I think a lot of this is almost a retelling of book 1, and that does put me off a little bit, but I don't know, something about it's calling me this month. I really want to read it. So the first book we are going to be reading in today's video is Little Liar by Lee Rivers. Now, for all you dark romance girlies and guys, this book is the epitome of kind of taboo and dark and insane. This is basically a brother-sister romance, but it's almost, I mean, it's not almost, it is. They're not blood related. So they were both adopted into the same family. So it's not blood relation. I'm really trying to kind of sell it to you without it sounding as bad as it is. But that is basically what this book is about. The first one was mainly in Olivia's perspective. I believe this one is mainly going to be in Malachi's perspective, which I am really intrigued to kind of read and get more of like the background story of him and how he became how he was, and see if there's any more future development to the characters. So this is what we're going to be diving in for book 1. I am really excited, and I feel, yeah, I don't know, I'm just excited to read this one, but also to get it off the list. So without further ado, we are going to dive right in. I hope you guys enjoy this video and carry on watching.
I grew up in Idaho, and I feel loved. Kissing in autumn's glow. Rains, they come and they go. What's not to love about Idaho? The secret is out, but no one knows. All of the heartbreak from years ago.
I feel like we are getting a little bit too comfy here on this channel because honestly, I have just had a shower, my hair is still wet, I am makeup free, but I just felt the need to sit down and update you guys on this book because I am on chapter 19 and I have a few things to say, so I thought I would sit down and just have a little chat with you. I also have a little tiny book haul I thought I would include in this video because I have been filming book hauls and uploading them very frequently recently, and I feel like, do you know what, Melody, you need to calm the book hauls down because it is getting ridiculous. And I thought, do you know what, I will just include those books in this video so you guys get a little sneaky book haul as well. Anyway, I am reading Little Liar, obviously. You guys know this. I am on chapter 19 and I don't know how to feel. I absolutely loved Little Stranger. Like, the first book in this series was so good and it just immersed me. Like, I found each character so interesting to read about, but in this one I'm just, oh, dare I say, I'm a little bit bored. I don't know if that's the best way to describe it. I am just not obsessed with it. That's the best way I can describe it. Like, the first 186 pages, okay? It was basically a recap of book 1. There is a fly buzzing around. That is what I get for having the windows open. It was a recap of book 1. Like, it wasn't even much more new information. It was basically book 1 in a different point of view. And don't get me wrong, sometimes I like that. Like, I read Hopeless Hopeless by Colin Hoover, probably 2 years ago. And then there was Hopeless and what was the next one called? Hopeless, oh my god, I can't remember. But the second book was kind of like the first book in another person's point of view, but it had so much more depth to the story, so I liked it. But this one I'm just finding I am not obsessed, and I'm sad about it because I loved book one and I was really hoping this one's going to be a 5-star. I don't think it is. I can see this one being like a 3, or if it turns itself around, maybe a 4. That is where I'm at with it at the moment. I'm liking it. I'm just finding I'm sat here thinking like, what's happening? Do you know what I mean? Like there's not really a lot of plot going on at the moment. It is just kind of a lot of Malachi's point of view and kind of understanding a bit more about him. But at the moment he's just seeming absolutely mental, insane, crazy, obsessive, and we love it. I just need a little bit of something else. Anyway, that is where I'm at with this one. Again, I am just, I don't know. I'm 200, I can tell you how many pages I am in. I'm holding up my Kindle, but I have actually been reading on my phone earlier, so I will just grab the pages. I'm on page 243. So I've read basically 60 pages worth of not repeated content. And I'm just bored. I'm 55% through? 59% through. That's where I'm at. That's my update. Let's do a haul. I know you're all screaming for it because I don't do hauls that often, she says. It's not that many books, if I'm being honest. I mean, it's 5 books, but 3 of which are in a set. So we'll start with those. So I went into the works, obviously, and I'm not gonna lie, I have been eyeing these books up for, when did the first one come out? Like a few years ago. I have been eyeing them up and I never bought them. Recently I have been watching a YouTuber. Her name is Sarah, and I cannot remember for the life of me what her surname is, but her name is Sarah. Anyway, I've been watching a lot of her videos, and she recently read the first book in this series, which is This Woven Kingdom by Tahira Murphy. She also wrote the Shatter Me series, which I absolutely devoured. I loved that series. And recently the works had the entire set of 3, and I thought, you know what, Melody, now is the time. I was going to buy these in hardback, which, oh my god, do I wish I bought the hardbacks, because the Waterstones exclusive edition hardbacks were beautiful. Anyway, I found these in the works for £15 for all 3, so I thought, you know what, now's the time. So we have This Woven Kingdom, These Infinite Threads, and why can I not read? All This Twisted Glory, which is book 3. I am really looking forward to diving into these. I don't know much about what they're about, but Sarah loved them, so I bought them. So those are the first 3 I picked up. And then I also popped into W.H. Smith's, and this book I have seen a few times, but I was watching Belle, what is her name? Is it Therese? Belle? Anyway, I was watching Bessie Bell on YouTube the other day, and she mentioned this book, that it was so good and it was just a really fun read. And I saw this in W.H. Smith's The Flop. I'm sorry, you guys know how I feel about a floppy book, but this is That's Not My Name by Megan Lally. I think that's how you pronounce it. This one, again, I said I've had this one kind of not on my wish list, but I've kind of known about this book for a while because it just looks like something I would enjoy. Like, I look at this and I think thriller, mystery, very short, like only under 300 pages, so I cannot wait to dive into this one. This one would probably be a really fun kind of beach read or a pool read. I am going on holiday in June. Literally, as I'm filming this, I am going 2 weeks tomorrow, so I could take this one because it's small, it's floppy, it's not on my June TBR, but I kind of want to add it to it. As always, I don't know loads about what this book is about, but on the back it says, it was a mistake to trust him. Shivering and bruised, a teen wakes up on the side of a dirt road with no memory of how she got there or who she is. The police don't know where she came from until a frantic man arrives at the station. He's been searching for her for hours. He has her school ID, her birth certificate, and even family photos. He is her father. Her name is Mary, or so he says. When Lola slammed the car door and stormed off into the night, Drew thought they just needed some time to cool off, except Lola disappeared. Now his friends, the sheriff, and the whole town are convinced Drew murdered his girlfriend. Oh my gosh, why can I not read? Forget proving his innocence, he needs to find her. The longer Lola is missing, the fewer leads there are to follow, and the more danger they are both in. So I'm gonna guess now, either Mary and Lola are the same person, or they're twins, and it's gonna give like Pretty Little Liars vibes. Very excited about that one though. I cannot wait to dive in. And the last one I picked up is such a rogue book. Honestly, I have never heard of this author. I have never like once heard of this book. I wouldn't even look at this book and think I want to buy that. Like, it is not a bit of me, but there is a reason behind it. So the book is Victoria Hislop, The Island. This is the 10th anniversary edition. You will look at this and you'll think like, Melody, that is not a book for you. Like, I'm the sort of person that picks up this. Do you know what I mean? This one isn't a bit of me, but what I will say is this one, it's basically a story that is based off of a real island, which is in Crete, which we are going to be going to. So I want to read this before going to the island. In the island, I'm pretty sure they used to send people who had leprosy there. I don't really know much more about it, but this is basically a book about that island, and like it has true bits of information in it, and you can kind of read this and then see the areas of the island that the book is referring to. Does that make sense? It's basically a fiction book about a place I'm going to. So I wanted to pick it up. I wanted to read it before I go to Crete and kind of be in the know of like what's going on. It is 470 pages though, and I go in 2 weeks, and I have so many other books I want to read. So I'm like, I might just take this and like read it by the pool, on the plane, kind of have this as my holiday book. I don't know. I haven't really decided yet, but I am excited about this one. I haven't really read the back of it, but I'll let you guys have a read because honestly, I just want to go into it blind and have no idea what's going on, so feel free to read it. But yeah, that is the next book I got. I got this one from Waterstones, and it was, I think, $9.99, but I'm excited about it. It's something very different for me. Like, this is not a book I would ever pick up. I've never heard of this author. I have honestly just like no real idea about this, what this book is about. Like, I have no clue, so I'm excited to dive into that one. So those are the books I bought. That is my book update. I thought I would just include a little haul in this segment, and I'm so sorry about my hair. I've put curling cream in it, and it is like looking a little bit like noodles at the moment. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna continue reading my book and hopefully get a bunch more of this done today and finish it as soon as possible because I want to start something different. So that's what we're gonna do. So I will see you guys later and catch you guys up when I have more updates about the book. Okay, so I am currently on page 268, and why do I have a bad feeling? Why do I have like the, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, I have got a really bad feeling that something awful is going to happen, and it's just going to set everything off because our main male character, if you guys don't know, by the way, and you haven't read book one, essentially this is a step, well, it's not step, it's like adopted siblings romance. Very taboo, very dark, very spicy. It's kind of set now, the second book is like years later after the first book ends, and our main male character, he doesn't talk, he, for reasons you find out in book one, but he's just being so, I don't want to say weird because that is very light for what he's being. He's very obsessive, very paranoid, very anxious. I don't know, he's just becoming very obsessed, and I worry that something is going to happen, something's going to trigger one of them, and it's all just going to fall apart. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just sat here reading it thinking like something's going to happen. Anyway, we are rambling on. My hair, oh my god, honestly, this is why I don't leave my hair natural ever, because this is the state of it. It's awful. I'm so sorry. I've got no makeup on. It's not a vibe, but I just want to catch you guys up with kind of what I'm thinking of the book. Yeah, as I said, I'm on page 268 now, so I have read maybe 20 or so pages since I last caught up with you guys, and I am just finding this book is a little bit slow. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm kind of reading pages thinking like, oh, how much have I read? Am I like, you know, a good while in, and I've read like 2 pages. It's not good. But it doesn't mean the book's not good. Like, I love dark romances. I love taboo. I love spice. I love anything a little bit crazy. But I think it's mainly because, as I said before, the first 186 pages of this book was like a recap in a different POV. I was already bored, you know? So I was kind of already like in a lull with the book, and it sort of set me up to be like a bit bored, if you know what I mean. Oh my goodness, I'm yawning and it's 6:30 at night. I need to wake up. I also need to go and do a food shop after this, so I am just dreading it. Oh, I hate being an adult, honestly. Anyway, I'm gonna sit and do some more reading. I'm 65% of the way through. I'm hoping to have this finished soon because, as I said, I'm at that point. I want to get it done. I want to get it read. The main issue is when I get bored when I'm reading a certain book and I want to like skim read, I read the quotations. I don't do that very often, and sometimes I only do it for like maybe a chapter just to kind of pick up the pace. Oh my goodness, I cannot stop yawning. Anyway, but the problem is the main male character, he doesn't really talk, so he has no quotations. So I can't really do that, otherwise I'm getting like one part of a conversation. Anyway, I'm gonna carry on. I don't know why I've been rambling for 5 minutes. I just came on to say I've read 20 pages. I'm a little bit bored. I'm drinking my Pepsi and my camera is about to die. So I'll catch you guys up in a bit. Also, I don't know why I always drink with my pinky up. I don't know who I think I am, honestly. Okay, it turned around. Honestly, whilst I was reading this book, I was getting more and more stressed that I wasn't enjoying it. And I know, obviously, each book, everyone has their own opinion. You can love a book, you can hate a book, it doesn't really matter. But I loved book one. I know it's very taboo. I know it's very Marmite. You're either going to love it or you're either going to hate it. But for me, I loved book one so much that the idea of hating book two actually upset me. But let me tell you, I was reading this thinking, this is very samey. Then I got to here and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna love it. The last third of this book actually took me on such a wild ride that I absolutely loved it. There was a mystery element kind of featured in the end of this book, which really just I didn't expect at all. I mean, I kind of did in a way, but not to that extent. Like, I had no idea, like absolutely no idea what was going on. The only criticism I have about this book, apart from obviously what I've touched on so far, is that basically, if you guys don't want any spoilers, by the way, please skip a little bit forward, because honestly I feel like I can't explain it without giving a big part of the book away. So please, if you guys don't want any spoilers, please skip forward now. Okay, so if you guys are still here, I'm assuming you guys don't mind a spoiler. So basically, towards the end of the book, Olivia gets kidnapped, and the whole kind of kidnapping, being in the kind of prison room that she's in, etc., it's not long enough for me. Like, I feel like she kind of went from being kidnapped to getting out very quickly. I mean, it was over the course of I think maybe 3 or so weeks, but we didn't see a lot of it. It was very, you know, 2 weeks later this was going on, or like 1 week later this was going on. Do you know what I mean? Like, I didn't see a lot of it from inside the actual like prison, I'm gonna say, so it kind of felt a little bit rushed towards the end. But overall, I did actually really enjoy this book in the end, and I'm gonna give this one a 4-star. I am a little bit sad it wasn't a 5, but I didn't love it as much as book one. It didn't give me that 5-star feeling, and I feel like a little bit wasn't necessary. Do you know what I mean? But I really enjoyed it. I would highly recommend, if you've read book one, to read book two. It was just really good, and it all tied up in a nice little bow at the end. So a very good start to this video, and I'm really happy that we read it. So that is that one done, and another series off the TBR list, which is great. The next book I was going to pick up was going to be Hunting Adeline, but I changed my mind because I feel like I don't know if I want to read 2 dark romances in a row, so I wanted to go for something a little bit different, and that is Life's Too Short by Abby Jimenez. Now, I have read quite a lot of Abby Jimenez's books on camera, like a lot of them I have filmed videos for, so I thought it was only right that I pick this one up as well. This is the last book in this series, and apart from her newest book, which is Say You'll Remember Me, which I still haven't read yet, don't even come for me, I know. I think I'm up to date with most of her books now, which is exciting. So this one, I'm going to read the back with you guys because I actually have no idea who this book is about. So on the back of this one, it says, when Vanessa Price quit her job to pursue her dream of traveling the globe, she wasn't expecting to gain millions of YouTube followers who shared her joy of seizing every moment. I love a book about YouTubers so much. Okay, this also says, for her, living each day to its fullest isn't just a motto. Her mother and sister never saw the age of 30, and Vanessa doesn't want to take anything for granted. But after her half-sister suddenly leaves Vanessa in custody of her baby daughter, life goes from daily adventure to hourly nappy change. The last person Vanessa expects to show up offering help is the hot lawyer next door, Adrian Copeland. After all, she barely knows him. No one warned her that he was the secret baby tamer, or that she'd be spending a whole lot of time with him and his I cannot speak. Geriatric. Wait, hang on. That word is hard. Wait, let me start that bit again. Baby tamer, a whole lot of time with him and his geriatric chihuahua. Geriatric? I hope that's how you say it. Now she's feeling things she vowed not to feel, because the only thing worse than falling for Adrian is finding a little hope for a future she may never see. Okay, this is very up my street. I feel like I'm going to absolutely love this book. To be honest with you, a lot of Abby Jimenez's books I've loved. I didn't really love The Friend Zone, which was book one in this series. I think it was this series, yes. I didn't hate it, I just found that I wasn't obsessed with it. But book two, ate it up, like absolutely devoured it. So this is book 3. I am hoping for brilliant things, so let's dive in and see what we think. And yeah, if you guys have this book, read along and we can get through this one together. So let's go. Hello besties, so I wanted to jump on and give you guys a little bit of an update because I have just started Life's Too Short, and when I say just started, I mean I've just cracked the spine. Like, we have just opened the page, and I say that metaphorically because I am reading the book on my phone. However, I am 6 pages in, and what I can tell you so far is I am so obsessed with the banter between the characters. I know this book is going to fly through so quickly. I also know that I am just going to be obsessed with their relationship because they are being so hilariously funny, and we're only 6 pages in. I just know I'm going to love it. I already can tell you I am going to be obsessed with these characters. Essentially, so far, we've got our male main character and our female main character, and essentially we are reading from the male main character's POV at the moment, and he's been woken up at 4 in the morning by this baby screaming next door in his apartment, and he's like, why is it screaming at 4 in the morning? I'm going to go over there, knock on the door, and tell her to keep it down, basically. So he goes and does that because his girlfriend, plot twist, his girlfriend, I'm going to say current girlfriend, basically woke him up like, the baby's crying, you need to go and tell her to be quiet, sort of situation. Anyway, he's knocked on the door and is basically like, look, let me just hold your baby, you go shower because you're a mess, you've got vomit in your hair, your apartment is gross, let me just take the baby and we'll see if we can make it be quiet, and that sort of thing. So he's gone in, he's like washing his hands. The apartment is disgusting. Apparently there's actual baby nappies, diapers, whatever, all over the place. Like, she is struggling, and we kind of know from the back of the book that it's not her baby. She basically took it from her sister, I believe, so it wasn't like her choice to have a baby and things like that. And he's basically just asked her, like, you weren't pregnant, so like, where did you get your baby from? And she was like, oh, I got it from Target, she was on sale. And you know how you can never leave with just one thing? That was hilarious to me. Like, I had to get the camera out instantly and just tell you guys about that because that to me is hilarious. Like, I thought that was funny. So I am really, really enjoying this book. As I said, the banter is very funny. It's very quick. It's gonna keep me on my toes. And it's only 371 pages long, which I feel is a win because I want to read this book as soon as possible so I can add it to this vlog. Because I'm gonna be real, like, I haven't filmed a clip for this vlog in a hot minute. So I am going to hopefully binge a bunch of this book tonight and update you guys when I can. But so far, obsessed. It's so good. Okay besties, so we are on page 87 of Life's Too Short, and I am thoroughly enjoying myself. Honestly, I thought I would be a little bit more of the way through the book, but I've been really busy over the past day or so and I haven't had time to just binge it, but it is so good. It is really kind of confirming for me that I absolutely love Abby Jimenez's writing. Don't get me wrong, some of her books haven't been like my ultimate favorites, but I don't think I've ever given one less than a 3-star, and I really, really love just the way she writes. I'm finding it so enjoyable. So in this one you focus on Vanessa and Adrian. Vanessa is a travel YouTuber, which is so fun to read about. She's very much the sort of person who lives life to the fullest, kind of goes out of her way to do things and never says no to anything, and she kind of does a lot of that, and she helps a lot of people around her, especially her family, who are a little bit more unhinged, shall we say. Like, they're not very proactive and working and kind of going out and looking after themselves. Like, she is taking care of a lot of her family members, hence why she has Grace, who is her niece. She's taken her in, she's a newborn baby, and essentially she's looking after her for her sister because her sister is like absolutely insane, she's on drugs, etc. Like, she doesn't look after herself, so she's taken her niece in and is raising her but has absolutely no idea what she's doing. In comes Adrian, who is her next door neighbour. He is very attractive, he owns the building, he's just a very successful person, and as I said previously, he did have a current girlfriend who, spoiler alert by the way, they are no longer together because of something insane. Like, she just dropped a bomb and left, and it was just so abrupt, but I feel like it needed to happen to really want to put these two characters together, so I'm really pleased about that. But that's kind of where we're at the moment. It's not like, nothing really major has happened so far. Adrian is just being very helpful towards Vanessa and kind of helping her look after Grace and sort of stepping in a little bit, which is really nice. But other than that, that is kind of where we're at. Adrian's also adopted a really old little chihuahua. That is him just there. But other than that, that is where we're at. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really just finding myself immersed in this book. But as I said, I haven't had time to just sit and binge it, so I really want to do a bit more of that this afternoon. But yeah, I'm absolutely loving it. It's not a long book at all. I think it's 350 pages. So hopefully I can binge so much more of this over the weekend and finish it off. But yes, so far so good. I could see this one being potentially like a 4-star read so far, but hopefully it might get better, it might get worse, we don't know. So let's carry on and read some more. And if any of you guys have read this book, please let me know down below your thoughts and opinions, because I'd always love to know. So let's carry on and read some more. You guys, when I tell you that Adrian is actual book boyfriend material, he's making me want to sob my eyes out. Like, I was reading this last night, I was watching Ginny and Georgia and I was reading my book, and then I realised I cannot watch Ginny and Georgia and read my book. But anyway, I was reading this and I was sobbing my eyes out at how thoughtful, how sweet, how considerate Adrian is. It's actually killing me. Like, it is making me so emotional. If you guys don't want to hear any spoilers, please skip to the time on the screen, because I am going to talk about the book. But basically, as we know, Vanessa, I don't know whether I've told you guys, actually, I may not have told you guys already, but basically Vanessa thinks that she has ALS, which is a very horrible disease where your body basically starts to give up on you and you do unfortunately pass away, usually a lot earlier in life than you would normally. And so basically her mum had it, her sister had it, they both unfortunately passed away, and she just assumes that she has it. She's like ready to kind of prepare herself that she has it, like she's written a will, she's kind of getting her life in order to basically not be here next year. Like, she's ready to kind of understand that she may not be with us next year, basically. And for her birthday, Adrian, oh my god, he honestly makes me want to cry my eyes out. Adrian, oh, I don't know if I said also, but Vanessa is a YouTuber, love. But Adrian invited loads of people over to this house. It's like a really lovely home. He basically made loads of people go there, his friends, his like family, some of her friends, her videographer. They basically went around this house for Vanessa's birthday, surprised her with this party, and her videographer was there just filming, and he was like, I wanted to basically like film the experience so you have it to remember. Like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna cry thinking about it. It made me so emotional reading this last night. Like, she is basically sat there thinking, like, I'm not gonna be here next year, like, I'm not gonna ever see my 31st birthday, like, it's not gonna happen. And he had the thought to have these memories filmed for her to put on her YouTube channel, even though he doesn't want to be on the channel, he doesn't want to be on the internet, so she's not going to actually put it on YouTube. But the thought of it alone just made me sob my eyes out. Like, that was the most thoughtful thing I feel like anybody has done in a book that I've read. Like, it actually made me want to cry. This book is also miscommunication, which is driving me insane. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I hate the miscommunication trope. I hate it. However, in this it works. I don't know what it is. I am just really enjoying it because you're kind of reading, obviously, from both point of views, so you're seeing kind of what they're seeing, and it's kind of a situation where Vanessa has said from the start, I'm not looking for a relationship because I just don't want one, but secretly it's because she thinks she's gonna die and she doesn't want to like break anyone's heart by dying, you know. And Adrian has said like, oh, I'm not looking for a relationship because I just broke up, like me and my ex just broke up, so like I'm not really wanting that anyway. But they both love each other and they're not doing anything about it. It is killing me. And I'm also going to predict the ending as well, because I feel like I need to set it and say it out loud just in case it does happen. But basically, Vanessa's sister is a drug addict. That is why Vanessa is looking after her niece. And basically, Vanessa's sister stole her mum, who's passed away, her engagement ring, I believe it is, and like sold it to get drugs and things like that. But Adrian is secretly on the hunt for this ring because he knew how much it meant to Vanessa. And he's like, it doesn't matter about how much it costs, like, we need to find it, we need to find this ring. And it actually just makes me want to cry my eyes out, because I can just see it happening, that he will eventually propose to Vanessa with said engagement ring. Like, he's not going to tell her that he's found it, and he's going to find it, and that is going to be the ring he proposes to her with. That's what I'm thinking, that's what I'm assuming. If he does that, I will cry my eyes out, because he is so thoughtful, it's actually killing me. Like, I have never read a book about a character who is like so golden retriever. It actually hurts me. Like, he is so thoughtful, caring. Like, he'll just look after Grace and be like, you go and have a shower, like, don't worry about it. Like, it's not even anything to do with him. He's just so thoughtful. And he also, what did he do? Oh, he left a big event to hang out with her and like brought her food and took the swan ice sculpture because he knew that she'd like it. Like, who does that? Like, I just cannot with this book. Like, I don't know how much more I'm going to come back to you with before I wrap up kind of my thoughts on it, because we are really nearing the end now. I think I'm on page like 220 something, so like we are nearing the end. But I am just honestly head over heels obsessed with Adrian. I am. And I think this could be my favourite book in this series, which is shocking because the first book I didn't love. I think it was a bit slow in my opinion. I wasn't obsessed with it. The second book, I honestly ate that up. I think I gave it a 5 stars, but this one, I am leaning on a 6 star. And that is saying something because I don't give those out very often. But him, oh, he's so cute. And I just feel if Vanessa dies at the end of this book, you will not hear from me. The end of the video will be now because I don't think I'll be able to talk about it ever again. But I am obsessed with this book, with these characters. I love it, and I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm loving it. So that is where we're at with this one, and I'm going to read some more and fill you guys in when I'm done. But yeah, obsessed, eating it up, just love it. Okay everybody, so I have now finished A Life's Too Short by Abby Jimenez, and let me tell you, dare I say, this was one of, if not the best Abby Jimenez book I have ever read. I absolutely loved this book. It was so incredible. It was funny, it was moving, it was emotional. Like, I had tears in my eyes streaming down my face reading this book, and that is so rare for me. Unless I'm reading a book that is obviously very upsetting, like I find it really rare like to cry basically when I'm reading a book, but this, it was phenomenal. It was so good. Of course, this one was a 5-star read, and I've been really trying my best to not give out 5 stars as frequently. I feel like I want to give them to books that really just move me, make me feel like I will never forget this book, and it just deserved a 5-star. It was so incredible, and it honestly, if you're looking for a really beautiful, moving story, I highly recommend this book. It was absolutely fantastic. And also I would say as well, this one is technically part of a series. It's like an interconnected standalone series, but I don't think you have to read the other two, to be honest. Like, a few of the characters do pop up throughout, but it's not very frequently, and it's also not a big plot to the story, so you don't really need to read them. But this one was so good. It was incredible. I loved it. I feel like I could go on and on and on and on about how incredible this book was. So all you guys have to know is that it was a 5-star read. It was amazing, and I just absolutely loved it. And now moving on to the next book for today's video, we are going to be reading Problematic Summer Romance by Ali Hazelwood. This one is technically an interconnected standalone from Not in Love, which I'm gonna be real, do I remember a single crumb about what that book was about? Absolutely not. I literally couldn't tell you what that book was about. However, this one looks really interesting. It looks beautiful for this time of year, and I just feel like it's gonna be perfect. So on the back of this one it says, Maya Kilgore is 23 and still in the process of figuring out her life. Connor Harkness is 38 and Maya cannot stop thinking about him. It's such a cliche, it almost makes her heart implode. Older man and younger woman, successful biotech guy and struggling grad student, brother's best friend and the girl he never even knew existed. As Connor loves to remind her, the power dynamic is too imbalanced. Any relationship between them would be problematic in too many ways to count, and Maya should just get over him. After all, he has made it clear that he wants her gone from his life. I'm not going to read anything else. If you guys want to have a pause and have a read, you are more than welcome, but this one I am really looking forward to. Although I will say this one is part of my book club, which if you guys haven't joined, it's always linked down below, the Besties book club. This one is this month's pick. However, a few people have said they're not loving it, so I am a little bit nervous. I won't lie, I'm a little bit nervy because I trust you guys with my entire soul when it comes to book recs. So we're gonna see what we think. I haven't really loved an Ali Hazelwood in a while because I read Deep End, didn't love, like, it wasn't my favorite. So let's try this one, let's see what we think and give it a go. Besties, I am going to be so incredibly honest with you guys right now. This book is not hitting it for me. I'm so gutted because it's age gap. It's kind of forbidden romance. There's found family opportunity in this book. It's brother's best friend. What about that sounds like I wouldn't love it? Like, absolutely nothing. But all these characters, bar maybe the dog, are insufferable. I absolutely am just having such an awful time reading this book. And don't get me wrong, I feel like reading is so subjective. Like, I may hate this, you may love it. So don't take what I'm saying as like gospel. Like, you could absolutely love this book. And even some of my closest friends loved this book. But it's just really not hitting for me. And it's mainly because the two main characters are just so insufferable, it's not even funny. So to give you guys a basic brief synopsis of the book, you've got Maya, you've got Connor. Connor is 38, he's absolutely loaded with money, he has his own business, and Maya, she's 23, I want to say. She's very, I don't want to say immature and very, I don't know how to describe her. She's okay, like she's just an average 23-year-old, right? But she is obsessed obsessed with Connor. He'll speak to another girl, she'll be like, who the heck is that? Turns out it's like his stepmom or something. It's very odd because they had like this brief friendship turned like romance kind of like a few years ago, and then they sort of stopped talking, and she has been obsessed with him ever since. He kind of, I guess in a way, has been obsessed with her, but he's so adamant that she's too young for him. Like, it is just annoying. Like, either she's too young or you can be together. Like, stop sleeping with her and then telling her she's too young for you. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is doing my head in. I'm so sorry, by the way. There are so many motorbikes out at the moment and it is so loud. But I cannot shut the windows because it is so muggy today. Anyway, I am finding these characters, as I said, just so insufferable. I will read you a sentence actually of what Connor said. Bearing in mind, so this is a scene where Maya and Connor are basically having this conversation, and Maya is basically saying like, why can't we be together? Blah, 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 right? And he said, it doesn't matter, Maya. It doesn't matter if I sleep with Avery or with that lemon tree over there. That's not going to affect the fact that I am not going to sleep with you. Bearing in mind, like, they've done things like a few years, like, he's just so harsh about it. Like, it's actually insane. Now we are actually near the end of the book. I'm not gonna lie to you, I have not given you guys an update while reading it. I've had such a busy week and I've just not been wanting to pick up the camera, I'm gonna be real. But like, things have happened now and he's basically admitted to being in love with her, and I'm like, how do you go from saying I'm not going to sleep with you, like it doesn't matter who I sleep with, I can sleep with anyone that I want, I am never going to sleep with you, to saying I've been in love with you this whole entire time and I want to marry you and have your babies. Like, I'm hating it. I'm hating this book and I hate to be negative, but I want to be honest because I feel like, again, some of you might love this book and I'm so glad you loved it, and if you did, I'm just so happy for you and I'm really glad, but it's not for me. It is not a book that I am enjoying, and to be honest with you guys, I can't wait to finish it. I am really close to finishing it and I will finish it today. Like, I am adamant, but I'm not having a good time. I want it to be done. I am sorry for the negative review, but I have got to be honest, like, this book just isn't for me, which is a shame as well because I didn't love Deep End either, and I'm worried that maybe Ali Hazelwood's new writing style isn't for me. I don't know, but it's just not, you know? Okay guys, so after what feels like a million thousand years, I have finally finished Problematic Summer Romance by Ali Hazelwood. Again, it's no surprise, this book just didn't hit for me. I am going to give this one a 2-star. I just feel like that is quite generous. I feel like if I gave points, like a point star, it would probably be like a 1.75. So for that reason, I am going to give it a 2, and I just don't feel like this is my favourite book by her, obviously. Like, this just isn't a vibe. I don't know why, I don't know what it is. I don't know whether I just wasn't in the mood for this book. I don't know whether it is just purely the characters that I didn't enjoy. I'm not sure, but I didn't love it. And also, one thing that I forgot to mention earlier that she just kept doing, she kept just throwing in like the C word, like really randomly. Like, I was kind of really taken aback by it. Don't get me wrong, I'm fine with swearing. I'm fine with like really strong swear words in books, and I feel like I read so much dark romance that it's expected, and I'm not surprised when I see that in books anymore, but for some reason when it was in this, I felt taken aback and I was a bit like, whoa, okay, that's like a strong choice of word to use for that situation. But it happened like 5 or 6 times and it was just so random, and I just felt like it just wasn't really necessary. Like, it was even in an email address and you're just a bit like, why? Like, why? Like, why? I don't know. I don't know whether it was supposed to be like funny. It just didn't feel right. It didn't sit right. It didn't feel like it was a good choice of word to use. And as I said, again, don't get me wrong, I love a dark romance and I love a good choice of swear word to use. Like, I'm no prude to it or anything, but it just felt so weird in this book. Like, I'm just not obsessed. So unfortunately this one is a 2-star. and I probably wouldn't recommend, which is a bit of a shame, but we are done, so that's all that matters. So that is everything for today's video. I really hope you guys did enjoy, and I would love to know down below what books would you like to see me read in the next reading vlog. I have so many series I'm in the middle of. If you guys want to check out my Goodreads, please do. But yeah, any books you would like to see me read, please let me know down below. If you guys haven't yet subscribed, please do. We are on our way to 13,000 of you, and I would honestly be so grateful to hit that this year. So if you guys haven't subscribed, please make sure you do. I love you guys so incredibly much, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.